Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of our StoneBlock 2 adventure, guys. If you missed the last episode, we looked at how to get the builder and to quarry with it, among other things like how to kill a wither, how to get a blaze, just lots of other things that we did in that episode too. But the main premise of it was to get a quarry set up. You can see over here, we've got all of the resources coming in. Now, I haven't decided what I want to do with these ores yet in terms of processing them. So I'm just going to kind of let them stack up for the time being. We've got enough ores coming in from the sieving factory anyway. The main reason that I wanted to quarry was to get some of the things that we couldn't get, like draconium ore. Right here, we've got 52 of it because we are going to want to get into draconic evolution in the future. And a couple of other things like platinum and shiny ore. Well, that's the same thing, but we haven't got any of that. We've got some of this yellowite ore as well, which isn't actually useful. This just becomes uranium, oddly enough. It's just the same. Usually yellorium is different, but not in this pack. Not in this pack. Or maybe that changed since I last played it. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I want to get into what I want to do in this episode. You see, I'm starved on power. Now, I'm tackling this in one of two ways. One, we can upgrade the Magmatic Dynamos to the Dynamo ones, which requires us needing platinum. And I've got some platinum doing up here, pulverized platinum. You can get it from breaking down nickel. Now, I've got the nickel going into the sag mill. Turns out you can't quadruple nickel using the injection factory and the purifying factory. That doesn't work. Actually, it doesn't work for these these three ores here. Lead, nickel, and aluminium. Doesn't work for them. But it works for all the others. So I'm quadrupling the ones that I can, and the ones that I can't, I've set up this little system right here. So that's one way we can tackle it. We can make the Indian ones, which I probably will do at some point. But the other way to tackle it is a big reactor. Now, that's where I get stumped, because I need space for a big reactor. I need a lot of space for a big reactor, and I don't have a lot of space. In fact, we've run out of hallways and rooms to build it. Even this room is unfinished. So I thought in today's episode we'd do some building, but not me building. I thought we'd do some building using the builder. That's right, we're going to look at how you can copy and paste parts of your base, rooms, etc. using the part builder. It's very easy to do. Oh, sorry, not the part builder. By using the builder. It's very easy to do and very simple, and I'm hoping we've got all the resources needed to do it. But the first things first, though. We need to sort of decide where this is going to happen. So if that's something that you think you'll be interested in, do me a favor. Could convince a like button to take out a phone contract in their name for you. Then get the phone, swiftly change providers, and never pay for it. And then hit the subscribe button. And let's get into the episode. So this is what I'm thinking I want to accomplish in this episode. This hallway, I want to repeat it 2 more times. I want to repeat it once going in this direction, and then once going in this direction, which means the first thing that we need to do is clear out this area going this way, and this area going this way. Now, that's easier said than done, because you see, to do that, I'm going to need a clearing quarry. And for a clearing quarry, I need a nether star. So I'm going to go kill a couple of withers. If you missed how I easily killed the wither in the last episode, you can go and watch it down there. But I'll briefly touch on it here. Meet Wither Killing Chamber. This entire thing is blast proof. You simply spawn the wither inside, and he cannot escape. Or she, I don't know if might be gender neutral. Wither could be both. We don't know. We'll just pop that down, let him spawn, and then we'll kill him. I'm an idiot! I only need a clearing quarry. I don't need the silk touch quarry. It's the silk touch quarry that's, yeah, it's a silk touch quarry that requires another star. Well, at least we got 3 of them for future projects. So we're back to the first step again, which is to clear the area. Now I've set up these clearing quarries just like we did in the other dimension. These are set to clear all the way this size. I've done them here. I've got 2 set up, and don't do these the same. These are not the same clearing cards. You may think, oh, I'll just make 1 card the same size, use it everywhere. Don't, because the builder is in a different place and the dimensions are different. As you can see, the offset on this is 010 minus 43, whereas on this one, it's positive 43 at the end. It's 010 43. They do differ, so don't just go ahead and plonk your card down in there, especially your quarry. Make sure you center it correctly based on where the builder is. Now, if we supply these with power, they should start clearing. But there's one thing that you should do before you do anything like this in your world. Just make a backup. I'm going to make a backup just in case I accidentally end up destroying something and my calculations are off. I believe they're all right, but I may have got them wrong. So, I'm going to make a backup and then we're going to hit the power on this thing. Okay, we're all set up, but there's one more thing that I want to show you guys. These actually have another option in. If you right click them, you can click avoid here. I'm going to avoid both cobblestone and stone. That's just going to delete it. To be honest, in the stone block, we don't need it. So we'll get rid of this. I've already got it hooked up to power. I've rerouted all of my power to this thing. Every single piece of power that we are producing is going into this. So hopefully this begins clearing. So if we just press that, it is cleared. It may take some time, but I've made the backup. I've got it clearing, and hopefully this goes pretty good. Well, you heard that one clear. Look, you can see it's already started there, look. Now, we got to be careful because we are probably going to get mobs. But, yeah, it's cleared. Shouldn't take too much longer. Oh, here it goes, look. Here it goes, here it goes. So it's been about 10 minutes, and I think it's done. I'm sure this thing usually says finished when it's finished, but, oh, there's a spider here. But, yeah, there is one problem with it. We've got a huge mob farm now, look. Even better mob farm than the one I built a couple of episodes ago. Goes all the way back. And that's the first thing that I want to deal with is obviously all of these mobs. I don't want to build while all of these mobs are here. Creepers keep blowing up. So we're going to make something to help with that. So I figured we'd give this a try. This mega torch. We'll make up... Okay, we can only make up 6 of these. And I'm hoping that this used to be really good before. I'm hoping it still is. But there's an unlit version of it, which makes me wonder. If I mine this, does it become unlit? No, okay. So why is there an unlit version? Anyway, I think we could just pop this down like we do a regular torch. I'm going to pop it up high, I think. Because I just don't want it to be replaced when we start building here. So we'll just put a few down here and hope that this stops it. So it does seem as though it has worked pretty good. You see, over here we've got no mobs where I put them. I did nick a couple from here because it turns out that the only place we had mobs was right at the very end here once I flew far enough away. Apart from those, it was like right up here. These remained. I think I was still within it when I flew over there. But apart from a few here, there was none when I got back at all on this side. And on this side, I had to fly all the way to the end to find them. And you can see the ones that are just sort of left over. Is that a loot chest there? That is a clay loot chest. Yay, clay. Okay, so now we need to start looking at how do we actually build with this thing. Now, to tell it to build, we've got to do a few things in preparation. There's actually a few things that we need. We need some space block things, some controller block, and a space chamber card. I know that sounds kind of mumbled, but it is. So, the first thing that we're going to make is this space chamber corner block here. This is the first thing that we need, and we are going to need 7 of these, 1 for each of the corner of the build. Now, it looks like it's fairly easy to make, so it's just lapis, glass, and a machine frame. I made up a bunch of machine frames earlier. We might have actually done that bit together, I'm not sure. But I made up like a whole stack of them because I figured we'd use them. So this is the first thing that we need. It's fairly simple. The next thing that we need is the controller block, okay, we need an additional one of these. Oh, you think you've got it all made and then you don't. Okay, good. So this is the important part. This is what we are going to frame our build with and what we are going to tell it to either copy or replace with. In our case, we're just going to tell it to copy it because it won't build something unless you tell it what to build first. So we already need to build what we need to build first, which we've already done. Oh, wow, that's mouthful. The next thing we need is this space chamber card, and it's fairly cheap. Honestly, this whole thing is a lot cheaper than I was actually expecting. I was expecting this to be costing some diamonds and some stuff like that. Wow, this is cheap. So how does this all work? Well, first things first, we need to find the corner of our project, which in this case, I'm going to say is right here. And then we're going to put down a corner block this side, right there. And then we're going to go all the way over and we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. Find the corner, pop that corner block down like so. And then we're also going to do the same at the top. Now, when you do it at the top, you got to remember, you need to go from the very top of your build. So our top of our build is like right here. So we need to be in line with that corner block down there. And then I'm going to just place it like right above my head. And I'm going to hope that we are in line. We look to be in line. That looks in line. Yep. And then I'm going to do the exact same on this side. Going up. And I am going to try and do this together with you guys so that you don't get confused. I'll give you some cobblestone because I've taken out a little bit of the roof here. So like that. Check that this is in line. Yes, it is. Good, good, good. Now I'm going to go all the way to the other end of the build, all the way over there, and do the exact same thing. We've got the corners in place, but you know me, the bumbling idiot. I think there's something that I forgot. We actually need this smart wrench right here, which is fairly easy to craft up. And I'm trying to do this with you guys without doing too many jump cuts so you can follow, because it is a little bit of a process that kind of can get around your head if you don't know what you're doing. And I'm hoping I remember it correctly. I think we have to right click this. Good. You heard that right click? That tone? That means it's worked. Now, we've got a chamber card right here. And this is linked. To link this, let me just turn off the global chat. You just simply shift and right click. And then you right click this and it will tell you everything within it. Nether brick. The framed stairs are not movable. So we will have to go ahead and put those in ourselves. I'm not too worried about that. That's a small time loss. Again, the large iron doors don't seem to be movable. But for the most part, everything here is. We seem to have everything loaded up, which is good. So, how do we do this? Well, first things first, we disconnect this from power. And we turn off our redstone signal. We don't want this to start building without us. Now, it's not going to start building because it's got no redstone signal. So make sure you've got this on. Because if we would have put this in and then put view, it doesn't build centered like it should do. So, I believe if we shift and right click this, no, we can't. Okay. Can we do this in here? Looks like we can edit this a little bit, but let's do this a different way because I don't know if that's going to mess it all up or not. It's building in this corner, the southwest corner. So we're just going to move the builder over a little bit. So we break the builder. We'll put it down. We want to put it down, should we say here-ish? Put this back in. We can see where this goes. It's still not quite where I want it to go. It's actually building in the wrong orientation. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna go and redo the space card. What I'm gonna do with that is I am going to replace this block here with a corner block and then replace the corner block over there with this. So literally all I've done is switch out the corner blocks. Now, if we click this with the wrench, something different is going to happen. Not a valid chamber shape. And you may be wondering why. Well, I just thought I'd show this off just in case. That just means that you've misplaced one of your blocks. So I deliberately moved this one off just so it would give me that message so I could show you. And now, there we go. Chamber is fully set. Shift, right click this. This is now changed to this. And if we pop this in the builder over here, we should see a proper representation of this. And hopefully it all looks good. So, is that still giving us a door? I mean, let me just break this. Okay, I see what the problem is. It's doing it the wrong way. Okay. Let's try changing it. Get rid of that. Again, doing it the wrong way. So let's try that. Where is it? Definitely doing it the wrong way. let me play around with it. Okay, so I've got it mostly figured out now. I've put it at the southwest corner at a set of 270, and this is giving me the hallway like so, which is grand. But there are a couple of things that are a little bit off with this. So first of all, we've got to look at this. This is our little pillar. I forgot the name of it. Today I've had a hard time remembering what stuff is. This needs to come down a bit, so I'm going to bring the builder down a couple of blocks. And now it looks as if I've brought it down one too many blocks. So, got to move it up a block. So, I've messed around with it a little bit, and I think I've got it right in place. It's got me a little bit worried that we've got this sort of blue bit over here when there's nothing that can even be cast in this. I'm hoping this is just a visual bug. But I've made a backup of the world, so if this does go wrong, we can just revert back. So, how do you build? Well, you need to give it the resources that it wants. And you do this via a chest on top. So, I've got a chest on top. And I've put in the first of the resources that we need, which is this block of quartz. Now, if we were to take the space card out and right-click it, we can see all the resources that we need, all the different ones. I decided I was going to start with this block of quartz. It tells you exactly how many you need. In this case, we need 904, which we've got. So, in theory, we should just be able to switch this switch. And it should start to work. It's working. I just had to click this Y button right there. And it's working. You can see that it does it. It does it in layers. So right now it's doing this layer here. We should start to see it placed over here as you can. It's doing it. There we go. Look. And this will slowly do it layer by layer. It's not the quickest thing in the world, but it's also not the slowest thing. It's a lot quicker than what we would to do it if we were to do it manual. Now, we could put the other resources in here as well, and then it would just do those ones as well all at once. But I'm just going to do this resource by resource at a time. I'm going to go get the next one. I've got a copy of this space card, so I know exactly what I want. And then I'll just throw those ones in there and get it done, because I don't know if this chest is going to hold it all. But we should have another hallway just like this done over here. So I believe I've got every resource that we are going to need to get this thing completed. But I'm pretty sure I'm missing some enlightened glass. I'm sure there was more than just a stack and a bit. I mean, that can't be right. Let's try this. Enlightened glass. 577. So yeah, I must have accidentally put some back in the ME system. You know what? Actually, no, it had placed it down. Of course it had. Anyway, I figured we'd switch this on. And we just watch it. So the hallway is mostly done, as is this one. I added this one in too, so now we've got two. I did notice one small mistake, which meant that I had to tear this whole thing down and put it back up again. And that was, this was one block higher than it needed to be. It needed to be one block further down, so I did have to move this down one block, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I managed to tear it back down and rebuild it, with only losing a bit of the glowstone and the glass panes. But yeah, so this hallway is somewhat done. It's moved every block, or copied every block that I've given it, except for the carpenter's stairs, or the framed stairs, these things right here. Which means I need to go in and manually input these. So that's my next job. This shouldn't take me too long, but yeah, let me get that done. I'm done! At least I think I'm done. I haven't spotted any mistakes that the builder hasn't got. It seems to be all in good working order, apart from up here. We did miss one block right there. I did notice that. And I'm going to go around and just double check this off camera. But for right now, I'm happy with how it's turned out. Now, a couple of things that I want to address. First of all, this meeting section here, we could do something very simple and just run it over here. But I don't want to do that. I really do have a cool idea for this. I think it's going to look really, really good. The trouble is, I don't actually have the resources that I need to do it. And it's not like I can go, okay, you know, it's going to take me a couple of minutes to grind. It's not. What I want to use here is going to take me a few hours to get, and to get reliably. And it's down a whole other tree of expansion that we haven't even gotten into yet. So I think I'm going to spend the next couple episodes getting into those so that we can actually do this joining section here, because it is going to look really, really cool. Now, I've been oohing and ahhing about what to do with the old base. A part of me was thinking, let's just tear it down, rebuild, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to get rid of all of the stuff that we've done and all of the farms that we've built. So I think what I want to do is I want to go through here. I want to fix this part of the base up and sort of complete it properly. There's like, you know, we could put some more magmatic dynamos in here, get that up and running, so we've got a better source of power, or at least so we've got a reserve source of power, even though we're going to be getting into extreme reactors in the near future. There's also the tree farm that is somewhat broken. This tree farm is broken because the item ducts on it aren't quick enough to extract this and put them in here. So I might fix that. But you get the picture. You get the picture. I do want to connect this up to the old base, or to the new base, just so it's always here and the world feels a little bit more connected and a little bit more professional. As you can see, that starting room is like right through here. Look, this is where we began. This is our very first room. This is where our first tree was. And it's kind of like on this hallway path right here. So I'm quite excited about that. I think that's going to look really, really good. That being said, I'm not going to be doing the rest of this in this episode. Now, one other thing that I've done, guys, is here I've just filled this in with netherrack, because if we were to go behind some of these, we're going to end up in some of the rooms that we've already built in. So this one would lead to the mob farm, and we've got the storage drawers there. This one would lead to the gas producing room, and I think this one would even lead into the salt producing room. Although I think on this particular one, we might do a more high-powered salt producing factory, because to be honest, salt is my bottleneck in terms of gas. I've done everything that I can to increase my salt production, and it's not keeping up. It's not keeping up. This is not enough salt to run 4 of these machines. Or 6 of these machines. It just isn't enough. We're going to need more. So I'm actually bottlenecked on my ore quadrupling due to hydrogen, or hydrogen chloride, is it? The one that goes in here. As you can see, very difficult to actually get it to get in here. It's not doing it, even though it's all connected behind. We're fine on the oxygen side of things, but this one we're bottlenecked on, and it's because of the salt. The salt was bottlenecking it, which means I've temporarily routed it to go through the sag mill, which has these in it, and I've upgraded this alloy smelter as well. I've also gone ahead and done this, stone bricks and stone slabs and stone gears, temporarily from the additional stone, because we are getting a considerable amount of stone, and I've already overflowed this. I actually want to make a stone works. It's going to make use of the stone to do a bunch of these stuff that we may end up needing in the near future, or even in the future. But yeah, as you can see, everything doesn't seem to be clogging up. We do get some of these flowers here, and these shimmering mushrooms, which are from Britannia. These I am going to give a home. We've actually got this red crystal cluster. I don't know what that is. I can't wait to actually peer around the world. The mining dimension, once we've got this big gigantic voided hole in there, I think it's going to look really, really cool. I might add in some of the other storage drawers, the ones with 4 and whatnot, because some of these we just don't get that many of, and it's just not worth it. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to do it for this episode. So if you've enjoyed the video, guys, do me a favor, leave it a like and hit subscribe. As always, I'm Casey, you're the awesome folks. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Bye.